Welcome everybody to the Nick podcast. Thanks for joining us today. This podcast is powered by Royalty Roofing and Renovations. Crown your home and your commercial property with Royalty. Excited to be with you today. We have a special guest with us today that I'll be sharing with you her name and what she does here at Royalty in a little bit. But on the podcast, we love talking to people and having guests on that tell us a little bit about how they got from where they were to where they are and some of the steps and processes they had to go to get there. So today, our special guest is Mel Scaturro. Thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.
Actually, Mel's been at Royalty for how long now?
It'll be 2 years in May.
Okay. She is the Business Development Manager, which means what?
I basically am out there trying to stir up new business for the company.
New business on the commercial side of Royalty Roofing.
Yes.
Okay. And the commercial side is fairly new, right? How long have you been here, and have you been here since the start of the commercial?
No. Well, I want to go back to make sure everybody understands. We've always done commercial.
Okay.
When Nick started in 2010, he was doing commercial. It was more of an organic growth up to probably about 4 years ago, I think, when Sean came on board, Sean Ryan. He's in charge of our commercial division.
Okay.
So he took that role on and really started diving into the commercial side. But I think they found out pretty quickly that he was ready for some help.
Okay.
So I came on board to help him open the doors.
So it was you and Sean that kind of got this thing off the ground. I know it's something that, Royalty has been wanting to turn into a bona fide division of the company, but it's quite a cumbersome task to take something like that on. But I mean, tell us a little bit about your background in the business development side and how that translated into your role here at Royalty.
Sure. So I've been in the construction or building industry for 30 years.
Okay.
I've worked for an architect firm, engineering firm, a smaller general contractor, flooring, glass, you name it. Pretty much touched all aspects of the building in some way or another. And then, so I've worked with contractors, property managers, facility managers. So when he asked me to come on board, Nick, it was a perfect fit.
Right.
I already had a lot of established contacts in the industry, and I could continue to work with the people I love to work with.
Right, which is people that you work with are, and we'll give them a sneak peek. You're going to introduce, she's going to be hosting some of the podcasts here in the future. And she's going to give you a little bit of a sneak peek. So who are some of these people in the commercial industry that you have built relationships over the years that you kind of continue that relationship and introduce to Royalty Roofing?
Yes. So I will be talking with several amazing women. So Quinn with Turner Construction, she's going to come on and talk to us about something she's very passionate about, which is DEI.
Okay.
And Turner Construction has... they do a great job of reaching out to the community and subcontractors through this program.
I looked up Turner. They're either they may be nationwide. I don't know if they're even in other countries as well.
That's a good question. I'm pretty sure they do international work.
Right.
They're a very big company.
Right.
Lisa is with Endicott Brick, the brick chick. Is it okay that she's called that?
The brick chick. I like it.
She will be talking about multi-generation in the workplace.
Okay.
Lisa is similar to me, been in the industry for 30 plus years.
Wow.
So she'll be talking on that topic. We also have Jenna with Leo Daly. She's going to talk to us about the 50-mile march.
Okay.
And that's going to be in August. She's very excited and passionate about that. So she'll
The march is in August, and we're going to have them on the show just before that. Okay.
Yep.
Promoting that.
We'll also have Martha with Turner Construction.
Okay.
She's wonderful. She's a project manager and she's a mentor with Turner. And her passion is with STEM in the high school for women. Science, technology, engineering, mathematics.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Brianna, she has her own coaching company. She works with business owners to help them with their leadership skills.
Okay.
And then Holly, she is with Elevate Construction, and she started her own construction company.
From the ground up? Kind of like a little bit like what you and Sean and Nick did with the commercial side here not that long ago. I mean, starting from an idea and turning it into a profit generating division of the Royalty Roofing Company. I mean, it's easier said than done.
It is.
I know it's something that Nick has wanted to do for a long time. But it takes the right people.
Right.
It takes the right processes. It takes timing's everything.
It is.
There's a lot that goes into adding a division the size of a commercial
Yeah.
division to a residential roofing company.
And it's very different than
Very
residential.
different.
Very different. Residential is, you're dealing with homeowners. First of all, it's very personal.
Right.
This is their home, and it's kind of a one and done.
Okay, yeah.
So commercial, we have, Nick is, everybody here is huge into establishing long-term relationships.
Right.
So on the commercial side, obviously, are going to be working with general contractors, property managers, facility managers, and so it's going to be repeat projects with them.
Okay. So it's a little bit different annual.
Very much different.
Now you mentioned a little bit about your team. Why don't you share with our guests what kind of team you have, what their roles are, and how they have helped, get the commercial side scaled from an idea into where it is today.
Sure. So myself, I'll continue to do the business development for the commercial side. Sean Ryan, he's pretty much in charge of our commercial division.
Okay.
I'm sure he always likes to have that thrown upon him, but he's doing a great job.
Yeah.
Then we have two estimators, Kyle and Greg. Greg comes to us with 10 years experience in the roofing estimating.
Commercial?
Commercial.
Oh, wow.
And Kyle, he started with us and he jumped into it and he's doing a great job. Then we have Alexis. She is our project coordinator, which is a very critical role. She's a hub. Everything goes through her. She orders products. She schedules. So it's really important to have somebody like her in that position. She's very detailed oriented. We have two superintendents, Miguel and Alex. They're boots on the ground out there watching the projects, and they also have been in the roofing industry a long time.
I mean, that sounds like a great team to me.
Yep.
I'm sure you're looking for help. It seems like you guys have been scaling this over the last couple of years to where it's, I'm sure you're needing help. And also you're needing tools to help, make the process more efficient and more effective and more excellent, because that's what it's about. Is giving our customers what they want in terms of customer service, in terms of the product that we're putting on their roof. So it's about the team, but it's also about the system and I guess part of your team is in Florida this week?
Yep, they're just finishing up. They should be on their way back.
Okay.
They went down to do training on an estimating program called The Edge. And I've heard great things about it. I know this is something that is going to be so helpful to them. It will produce our estimates more detailed and faster. It will also, I believe, help us track what type of projects that we're pursuing and which ones we have been awarded. And that's going to help us on the estimating side as well.
Okay. So now I want to get into the nuts and bolts of it. Now we get to see where you're at. I mean, our customers get to see, what Royalty Roofing is right now on the commercial side, but it wasn't always that way. Your team had to take it from an idea into, a bona fide business that generated income that can employ now close to up to 10 people just on the commercial side, or is it 10 plus? I don't know.
Yeah.
However, but what goes into that process? What things have you learned? What have you learned about yourself? What have you learned about your team? What have you learned about the industry as you've grown and scaled this, the commercial side?
Well, I never worked for a roofing company before.
Okay. Well,
so that was, I thought
so that was true. The reel that I seen that, of course I work for a roofing company. I've never been on a roof before.
Haven't,
okay. So that was true.
Well, I have been on one roof and it scared
I seen
me
your
because
picture.
it wasn't a good roof.
I seen the picture.
Anyway, but no, that one was a very good one because that was our project with Turner Union Republic Bank. So that was great. But what I've had to do is first of all, take Sean out of his comfort level a little bit and start putting him in front of people. He has such expertise and such knowledge in the roofing industry that I said, I got to put you in front of people. I can open the door and do that intro, but they really want to talk to those that have that experience and get that comfort level that you know what
Because who are you connecting him with? Are you connecting him with the contractor, the GC, or with the vice presidents of these construction? Who are you linking Sean with? Who do you work with in the company?
Right. So my first introduction might be the business development person.
Oh, okay.
But that's me talking one-on-one typically, and then trying to get us in front of their team, which would be pre-construction team, the project managers, the project executives, project engineers.
Okay.
So they're the ones that are going to be the people that we're working with day to day on projects. So I try to set up maybe a meet and greet, lunch and learn, maybe even a happy hour, and get these guys sitting across the table. We can submit bid after bid after bid, but to me, unless I get them across the table from them, and they could really see the experience and the knowledge, and I mean, answer those questions that throws a problem child. And Sean's great. He can answer it and give them advice.
Well, just like on the residential side, commercial side is probably more relationship driven as well. It's all about relationships and who you know, and you feel more comfortable with. You're going to go with them. In terms of when you talk about putting on a roofing system for a commercial space, that's a huge investment. So you want to make sure you have good relationship with these people that are performing the work for you. Yeah. And that's part of the business development that you do, right? Is building that trust between the providers of the service, between us and is it the construction company? Yeah. Or is it the owner of the property?
It could be both.
Okay.
We have a great relationship right now. For example, we have a project going on out in Gretna, and we have a great relationship with the construction company. Well, the developer came out to check on it, was really happy with the work we were doing out there, and so then asked us to be part of they own other properties and go out and help them with some other troubles that they had.
Nice.
So we can, which was perfect. That's my goal, is to try to get us with some developers as well.
So what has gone into the scaling? Because when I came on and I heard about what you guys doing in such a short period of time, what has really accelerated the growth of the commercial side at Royalty Roofing? I mean, obviously your team plays a part of it. The systems that you have in place play a part of it. Tell me a little bit about that. How have you accelerated the growth of that side of this side of the company?
I think coming in, and I already had a lot of connections, probably saved a year at least.
Yeah.
I could come in and reaching out to my existing network that I have, just to get that first opportunity to meet with them and let them know a little bit about what we're doing has been very instrumental.
Right.
I couldn't have done this starting off cold.
Right.
So having all that experience of setting up and creating those networks was crucial. And then just building the marketing material that goes along with it.
Right.
I mean, I just walked in with just me. I had no brochures, I had nothing. So building the marketing material is critical. And also the social media. I mean, we put a lot into keeping us present on LinkedIn and Facebook. We have these podcasts and things like that. And I think it's really important. I get comments back quite often about what we put up on our social media.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Give our audience let's say your 90-second, 1-minute elevator answer of why they should go with Royalty Roofing. If they're looking to put a commercial roofing system on their building, why would they choose us?
I know everybody says we have a great team, but I truly believe we have a wonderful team.
Okay.
Sean always says he answers his phone regardless of the time of day.
That's true.
He does. We respond quickly. We don't make promises that we can't deliver on. And it's just really having that, we're not here for the short run.
Right.
We're here for the long haul. We want this relationship to last. And regardless of the size of the project, that gutter job or whatever is just as important as a new construction project.
Treat every project as if it's the biggest project you've ever had.
It's the most important one.
Absolutely. That's a good answer. All right. Where do I sign? All right. Now that we know, where you've come from, where you're at, where do you see the company going as it relates to the commercial side in the next, let's say, 2, 4, 5 years? Now that you've seen this initial explosive growth on the front end, where do you see it going from here? And how are we going to get there?
I do not see it slowing down.
Yeah.
We have several things to offer. I mean, not just the new construction with the contractors. We have our preventive maintenance program. That's really what I'm pushing right now. That's a great program for.
What does that mean?
That's basically letting us take care of your roofs. So getting up there, doing the inspections, cleaning it off, doing the minor repairs while we're there, just taking that off any maintenance staff that you may have.
Okay.
This gets you in front of issues that you might run into. We try to do it in the spring so that we are getting ahead of those active leaks, and we're getting ahead of say we do have another storm or tornadoes that come through, and you have to do some type of insurance claim. To me, you're going to use that as the existing condition of the roof. That, look, it was a perfectly fine roof.
Right.
So it's just a matter of helping, like I said, helping take that roof item off the maintenance side.
So they don't have to think about it.
Yes. So that's a big push for me right now. So I don't see us slowing down anytime soon.
So that's the maintenance side. So now now new construction, you said new con, that means new construction. What is
Right.
that? Is that the apartments or the multifamily apartments?
Anything. I mean, we are building multifamily apartments right now, yes, but we do strip malls, we work on schools, we work on anything new construction. We don't have a limit. We can work on any type of roofing system.
Okay.
So there's no limit
What kind
for
of
us.
jobs or projects do you have going on right now? Is it, let's say this is in the Omaha area?
Right now, we're working on an addition to a school.
Okay. That would be a new construction?
Yep, even
Or
though it's an existing
addition,
school,
okay.
it's an addition. So yes, that's new construction. We're working on some multifamily projects.
Okay.
We have some work on a softball field. We have work on, let's see, we have some nonprofit projects that we're working on.
Okay.
So it's a variety of projects.
Yeah.
Industrial, you name the type, we'll be working on those.
So where do you see this thing going in 2 to 5 years? How are we going to get there?
So in 2 to 5 years, I see us continuing to grow. I think we're going to outgrow this facility.
And that won't be, that'll be before 2 to 5 years.
We're getting very cozy here.
Right.
So I see us continuing the growth that we have going on right now, and I don't see us slowing down anytime soon. We'll probably have to add on some more people, maybe tweak some of our systems that we have in place, but I don't see any barriers that we can't get around.
What have you learned about yourself in this process?
I am, that's a hard one.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, I've learned a lot. I love the family that we have created here.
Yeah, the culture?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
The culture here is amazing. I like the smaller business and getting and helping them grow.
Yeah.
And this was perfect for me. This was a perfect fit. I've learned to be, how do I say that now? Patiently or pleasantly, I can't even say it. Pleasantly persistent.
Okay.
When it comes down to pursuing opportunities.
Sure.
I have to be persistent, but
Pleasantly persistent,
yes,
which means
like don't give up. Keep
assertive,
going.
but
in a pleasant manner.
in a pleasant manner. Diplomatically.
Yes, there you
Diplomatically
go.
assertive.
There you go. I mean,
I
try.
get it.
Yeah. So yeah.
I just want to say thanks for joining us,
Yes.
and thanks for being a part of the company. I mean, this has been, in the works for a long time. To see it come to fruition, I'm just glad to be a part of it, and I'm glad you're
too.
here too. So thanks for sharing with our audience today a little bit about the commercial
Thank
side.
you.
We'll be looking forward to, the future podcasts where you'll be hosting some of the guests that you have in store, and we'll see you next time. So thanks so much.
Thank you.
You bet. Thank you for doing it.